I have the legal right to be here just like anybody else. Just because I was sitting there, I must be up to trouble.
Could have ended up arrested, could have ended up shot. I mean, you just don't know.
Whoa, did my morning walk, made sure my tires are still round and black and not flat, and almost forgot to make my morning cocktail. That's right, gotta throw a little element up in my glass, 2 bottles of water, and a whole lot of salt, baby. That'll get me through the day. Gotta get those electrolytes up, baby. Don't even try to attack the day without your electrolytes. Let's get this day started. Here we go. Cheers. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Woo! Yeah, it can be a little tart, but let me tell you, better than coffee for me. I know y'all got your OJs and your caffeine and all the stuff y'all like to drink in the morning. This is what gets me going. Brought to you by my mug here. I forgot what brand this is. What is this, a Yeti? Yeti cup. Keisha's daughter Taya got this for me like 2 years ago. Champ, it's good stuff. I appreciate it. This is a great mug. Plus it fits perfectly right here. Boom, let's go, finally. Rolling through the back roads of Temecula. What a beautiful place. I want to live in Temecula. No way I could afford it, but I love to live here. Google's taking me on another journey down the back roads here, avoiding the main traffic. I don't know what I'm doing out driving at 6 o'clock in the morning while everybody's trying to go to work. I'm sorry, I'm taking up space from actual working people. Sunrise coming up. Oh man. I dig this road. It's a nice little road. Woo, look at that lineup. They're all trying to get over on I-15. Good luck to you players. Have a good day at work. I know, I'm not picking. I really do want them to have a good day at work. Me, I'm headed to the gym. And we are gonna follow the scenic route because we've got all day long. Is it just me? And I'm not saying they're all like this, but is it just me? Are Tesla drivers just obnoxious? I don't know what their problem is. They love to tailgate. They love to swerve in and out of traffic. Is there something about Tesla drivers that I'm not quite understanding? Are you a Tesla driver? Do you drive like that? Have you noticed that you drive like that? I don't understand it. I've got yet another Tesla riding my booty for no reason. I'm like, you can pass me if you want, but there's really nowhere to go. So I'm not really sure what the deal is. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. I love it when Google takes me down these little random ass country roads. I love them. I absolutely love them. I don't know if she does it on purpose or what, but they're always cool. I guess she's just trying to avoid the traffic, which is fine with me. This will be a spooky little road at night. That's why I do most of my driving during the day. Look at this. This looks crazy. Got a canopy of trees right here. Gets all dark, like Sleepy Hollow. So spooky. Look at it. I love this. I love it. Look at that. Hope that's translating on video. Fitness of anytime fitness. Let's go. I do love anytime fitness, but I will never understand why there's always tissue paper in the shower. Every time, man, there's always tissue paper in the shower. I don't know why. Why they do that? Right, workout done, anytime fitness, we got it done. Let's go get a shower. I got a question for y'all. Would you ever put a urinal in your house or buy a house that has a urinal in the bathroom? I always wondered about that. Like, rich people have urinals in their house because their bathrooms are so big. But would you really use it? I know, that's gross. Just wondering, things that go through my mind while I'm chilling in an anytime fitness bathroom. Let's get the shower done. Oh, and let me apologize for picking on the morning drivers. I know it's a struggle. Got to get to work. Everybody's in a hurry. But I do have a hack for you, including you obnoxious Tesla drivers out there. Wake up a half hour earlier, leave the house a half hour earlier than you used to, and I promise you, you will never have to rush again. Just 30 minutes. Try me on this, unless there's a traffic accident or something, or an act of God or a natural disaster or something. Just leave 30 minutes earlier than you normally do, and you'll be gold. Mark my words, it's true. Trust me. Damn, forgot my shampoo. Hope my hair holds up. Dude, seriously, you're watching an old man in the shower right now. Really? That's what you do when you're watching an old man in the shower. That's crazy. Wow.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Let's go up in here and see if they got my circuit breaker. Let's go. Okay, I think we got a winner. Got a new circuit breaker, 100 amp. It might be a little overkill, but there's another fuse in line, so I'm not too worried about it. It's got circuit protection. We're good. I think we'll be good. Nothing's gonna blow up, right? Right? I hope. Out with the old and in with the new. Trying not to drop this nut. I'll never find it again. Thankfully, I got a backup. Why? Make it make sense. Just use the same. Everybody loves 10 millimeter. Of course, it's a different thread too. Mother! So this one's 11 millimeter. Come on, man. Really? Is that really necessary? Can't we just make it easy? Everything should be 10 millimeter and 14 millimeter. Who's with me out there? You guys with me on this? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. We are gonna leave this loose for right now. So we know this is gonna work. We are back to what we had yesterday. 400 watts of solar, 400 watts, not really solar, but that's my DC to DC. And we're getting 400 watts off of the alternator charger. So now we gotta drive and see if it trips the circuit breaker again, which I don't think it will, but let's see. Well, cool. I think we have a 100% solution now. So with the DC to DC charger plugged into the solar port and the alternator charge hooked up, I get up to 900 watts while I'm driving, which is, it's kind of redundant to have them both running. Obviously the alternator charger recognizes the other signal, and it's like, I'm only gonna give you half what I can do because you're getting 400 watts from another source. So disconnected the solar now, and now it gives me 500 watts while I'm idling and 800 plus when I'm going more than about 10, 15 miles an hour. To me, that's a good solution. It's a safer system. So we're just gonna eliminate the DC to DC charger completely and just use the alternator charger. But everything's working as advertised now. It's sweet. I know you guys were totally interested in that. All my geekiness and electronic knowledge. And somebody's out there gonna be like, oh my God, you're gonna blow up. And other people are like, I don't care. Where's the hot girls on Soy 6? Giant tree in the road. Yep. I love the backcountry roads, baby. I could be on I-15 heading north and bored out of my mind, or I could come back here and try to get lost in the wilderness. Love it. The older I get, the more I understand why people want to live way the hell out here in the middle of nowhere. Sounds like bliss to me. Yeah. Low noise, low traffic, no annoying neighbors. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses because you can't even see the Joneses. Your next door neighbor is 3 acres over. You got to deal with nobody's business but your own. Sounds pretty good to me. What do you guys think? You agree, disagree? You'd rather live in the city? You like the urban sprawl? You'd rather live in a cookie cutter neighborhood? I get it. Some people do. That's cool. I'm good just being on my own out here. I'd be very, very satisfied with that, I think. I do miss this though. My window down 24/7, baby. My window is always down, taking in the fresh air. And it is fresh out here. It smells crispy out here. Fresh, natural, and crispy. Little dirt won't hurt. You guys, you breathing it in? You breathe in. I hope you're not next to a sewer or anything right now. My bad. My people. I am out here in it, and I just want to stay in it. I'm totally at peace
when I'm out on these roads, just wandering around. No idea where I'm going. I'm not following a map or anything. I'm just on this long ass country road, just rolling somewhat north-ish. Man, look at that crazy tree. Look at that thing. Wow. How old was that before it died? Rewind the tape. Did y'all see that back there? It looked like that giant boulder was being held up by one tiny little tree. That was crazy. And that wasn't a small boulder. That was like several hundred tons of boulder. Wow, that was crazy looking. This is how you either know you're on the right track or you've gone too far. Pavement ends. I have no idea what's gonna happen now. Apparently I could still get to Marietta, California from here. I don't know about all that. On a dirt road? Let's see what happens. Yes, that is a long way down there on the left. Well, that adventure was short-lived. That was less than a mile of dirt road, and we're back on the pavement. Or, okay, it's not really that exciting. We're just back on the pavement. Welcome to Marietta. If you needed to get there in a hurry, that was absolutely not the way to go. But if you got a lot of free time and you want to take in some gorgeous views, that was a nice cruise from Fallbrook to Marietta on the back roads. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Now that we're done playing around in the sticks, we found a nice little park to hang out in. Look at this. Nice sun, quiet, beautiful neighborhood. I think you could even do a little nature walk off that way, but I've already got a lot of steps in today. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna get this edit done first, then maybe we'll go for a walk and I'll show you guys around. Nice area though. Can I buy a house over here? No. I want a ranch, remember? I want a ranch. No. I want to live by the ocean. No. I want to move back to Thailand. No. Yeah. I'm just never gonna. That's probably why I live in a vehicle, because I'm never gonna be happy in one place. Ooh. Damn. Whoa. Oh, okay. See you guys. I friggin' love it, man. So that was Marietta's finest. 2 super nice police officers, and I have absolutely nothing against police officers doing their job. I didn't want to raise a fuss. I didn't want to, hey, what crime have I committed? I'm not giving you my, I don't do all that shit, man. I gave them my ID, told them who I was. Apparently somebody called in a complaint because I've been sitting in this park for about 2 hours, carrying up there on the hill. Got mad. This white van's been sitting in this parking lot. He's definitely up to some suspicious activity. Yeah, I've been sitting here cooking food and making a video for you guys, but that is funny. That is funny to me. The first time that's ever happened in all my van life days. That's hilarious. So they went out, they gave me the full pat down, you know, this, check it, got any weapons? Oh, I mean, seriously. Somebody must have called me in as like a serious threat. Just a black guy in a white van sitting in a parking lot doing nothing suspicious of any kind. So now I literally want to stay in this park until it closes, just to make a point, because they can't remove me from here. I have the legal right to be here just like anybody else in public. That makes me seriously just want to stay here until literally right as they want to close that gate. They got a gate right there. They close at night. I literally want to be the last person out at the last minute just to prove a point. But they're lucky. I think my glasses are going to be ready today, so I can't be petty today. I got to go to Walmart, but I could come back. I could come back. Should I come back? I don't know. Pretty crazy that one of these people around here had a problem with me sitting in my van doing absolutely, I'm not even working on my van. I'm not doing anything. I'm in a parking spot in between the lines. Just because I was sitting there in my van, I must be up to trouble. See, that's the problem when something happens like that. You're gonna dwell on it. You're gonna get a little PTSD from it. You know, I was just confronted by 2 police officers who treated me like a criminal. Just doing their job. Again, I'm not mad with them. They have no idea who I am. Who knows what they said on the phone, what kind of complaint they made. But they treated me, you know, almost like it was a felony stop. You know, those guys are, hey, who's in the van? Come out. Do you have any weapons? Let me search you. You know, it was
a little intimidating, but I knew to play it cool with them. They weren't trying to be dicks. They weren't yelling and screaming. They were just like, hey, just comply. Can you do this? Thanks. Can you give me an ID? Cool. You know, and that's cool. I was cool with them. They were very cool with me. No issues at all with the Marietta Police Department. Issues with regular people in America acting like that. That's insane. Right. First, I'll apologize if you're seeing this as a short and you're seeing it in a video. I'm going to put it out both ways. I want to put the short out right away. Trust and believe we're going to get that short out right away. I apologize for it, but I have one final thought, one final question for you guys. If I had been in a big $130,000, $150,000, $200,000 Sprinter versus Honey, do you think that phone call would have got made? Do you think I would have had that interaction? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, wave bye-bye to Marietta and whatever Karen up there called police on me. It's okay. It could have been a Ken too. It might have been a Ken. I'm sorry. I don't want to just put the Karens out there. It could have been a Ken too. Had a little problem. You sitting out here. Anyway, as much as I want to stay here and bother them, and I have been here for about another hour after the police interacted with me just to prove a point. But now I think I'm going to go over to Big Sister's house and go do some laundry. Let me hop in the van and over to Keisha's house. Let's go. Yeah, guys have been following me for a long time. They know I have an anxiety disorder, and I cannot stop replaying this whole scenario in my head. What if that shit had gone sideways? What if I'd have said the wrong thing or did the wrong thing? Could have been shot, arrested, all because I was sitting in a parking lot minding my own business. It really bothers me now. It has me thinking about so many things. Should I give this up? Should I go back to Thailand? I can't promise you that by the time you're watching this video that I'm still in America. I'm at Big Sister's house. Maybe I'll go inside and talk to her. She'll probably, don't worry about it, whatever. Or she'll agree with me and be like, yeah, you can bounce up out of here. I don't know, guys. You know, and I'm sure a lot of you watching have had much worse interactions with police. Maybe you've been to jail. Maybe you've been to prison. I don't know. But for me, that's just not my world. I'm not a criminal. Never been a criminal. Never been accused of anything like that before. Detained by police and patted down and treated like a common criminal, especially when I didn't do anything wrong. ID checks. Now I'm in the system as having, you know, an interaction with the police. It took me about 30 minutes to drive from where I was over here to Big Sister, and I just cannot stop thinking about it. Well, that day was short, but interesting. Went over to Big Sister's house, hung out with her and Taya, had a little discussion about what happened today. Told them my thoughts, you know, I'm almost ready to hang it up, throw in the towel. Yeah, some of y'all can say that's pussification, and you know, you can say what you want about me. I don't give a shit. Like I said, I have an anxiety issue. That's something I can't get it out of my head. It'll just keep going around and around in my head. I'll keep thinking about it and nitpicking everything about it. It does bother me even more that I think about it. How, you know, again, the cops were super nice. I'll give them that. They were very nice. They were very professional. However, they didn't have a legal reason to ask me for my ID. They didn't have a legal reason to pat me down. They can make the argument that, well, the caller said they saw this or this or that or that or this or this, whatever. Okay, so me as an American citizen, I can call the police department and say anything I want on the phone about somebody I saw across the street. And as a police officer, I'm required to respond to that regardless of anything. I mean, I don't know. I'll probably have some police officers, some sheriffs, some whatever in the comments that are gonna, you know, say, yeah, absolutely. You know, we have to treat it, you know, based on what the caller said. And then why are there no consequences for making a call that turns out to be nothing? Now, naturally, we don't want citizens afraid to call the police, but there should be consequences if you overstate the situation. There should be consequences for that, especially if it results in somebody getting hurt or somebody getting harassed in this situation for absolutely no reason. You shouldn't just be able to call the police and say whatever the hell you want and get somebody in a bad situation. Like, what if I had responded to that completely different? What would have happened? What would have happened? Could have ended up arrested, could have ended up shot. I mean, you just don't know in America how that's gonna go, you know? And again, I still love my country. I know some people, you just made a video about how much you love your country. What do you think about it now? I still love my country. I just don't think that situations like that should ever happen just because somebody looked out their window or walked past my van and didn't like what they saw. When did that become a legal issue? When did that become something that we call police for
Well, it just didn't look right. What didn't look right? I would like to know. A white van sitting in a parking lot between the lines, exactly where they're supposed to be, legally parked, broad daylight. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun's up. It's a beautiful day. There's just a couple people walking by every 20, 30 minutes. Nobody else in the parking lot but me. But then that just didn't seem right to you. Why? I'd love to know. I would love to talk to this. I'd love to sit down. Hey, let's sit down. Let's have a coffee. Tell me what put fear in your heart about me being there. I'd really like to know. But anyway, guys, we've talked about this so much in this video already. Half of you probably already clicked off or have already formed your own opinions, your own ideas. Yes, there's even off the little short I put out, there's a firestorm debate. Well, I live in a small town, or I live in this town, and I know everybody that goes in and out. If I saw a strange van, I would definitely call the police. That's a bullshit argument. Bullshit. Absolute horseshit. I don't buy that argument for a second. You know, it's wild to me. It's wild to me. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me all night. Probably won't sleep right. I don't even have an appetite. I only ate a small meal today, and I'm really knew I needed to eat more today, and I can't even eat. I'm just like, it's gonna rattle around in my brain. I'm still seriously considering just quit and fuck this. You know, why deal with this? Why deal with that? Why should I have to deal with that? Gonna try and lay it down, maybe watch some TV, decompress, and try not to think about what happened. Start a new day tomorrow. We got the lifted van meet. I think some guys are gonna be out there tomorrow night. I know worse things have happened to other people. They've had much worse interactions, but you know, for me, it just the way my brain works, it just wow, crazy. Anyway, I'm out. James Casino. Hit the like, subscribe. Appreciate it. I'm out. See you.